Hi, this is Christina with Treasure Books of Georgia, and I'm here with my 26th journal to do a quick flip through. This is a commission piece, and I wanted to kind of share it with everybody. So she wanted dragonflies and blues and browns, so hopefully this is exactly what she's looking for. So a little bit of housekeeping. She's 9 inches long, 6.5 inches wide. There are 3 signatures that have been sewn in with glass and ceramic beads. I love doing this. I just think it's just so pretty. The material for the cover is Tim Holz material, and there are corner protectors on each side, or each corner, It does come with a writing board that I have created, and I put those in actually almost all my journals. Okay, so let's get started. As I mentioned before, there are 3 signatures, and each signature is enclosed in a craft stock folder. I guess that's the best way to put it, and I've embossed each one of them. Our first signature here says hello, and I just did some stenciling. I love this color, and I think these dragonflies are so pretty, and the lace down the side matches really well. Inside we have the very first little pocket here, just a small little mini journal. I've done some dyeing, some lace on the front, dyed lace on the front. And then this came from, I believe it was either a sheet or a tablecloth that I've dyed. This is packing paper that I have used Lindy's Magicals on, and then some modeling paste. This is just a piece out of a songbook from the 1950s. And here, this I believe was a sheet or a pillowcase that I've dyed and added all kinds of colors to. And then you've got all kinds of little ephemera in there. There are coffee stained and food coloring for the different colors on the pages. Another dragonfly, places for her to journal. And then this turned out really cool. This was a piece of material that somebody gave to me, and when I put it into the book, it looks like the wings got carried over there. One of those Bob Ross happy accidents. Here's a journaling card, You Are Enough. And then this is from Letterpress, which I just think is so pretty. And she can either use that for journaling or mail it to somebody. You've got a little charm there in the corner. Did a little bit of sewing here, and a little snippet says, I believe in myself. And then a couple pieces of ephemera. Find joy in the journey and be happy. And that just goes right in that little pocket. Aren't those colors? They're so pretty. A little snippet, a little pocket card here. A little card in that pocket. Can't talk today. Some more of the blue paper. Some sari silk. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. Here, just took a little extra piece of material I had and created a little pocket. It says happy, and then a multicolor dragonfly there. More the blue coloring, some places for her to journal. And I love the center. This I've printed on thick vellum. I've got a little bit of glue on my hands, and I just think it's just absolutely gorgeous. Another piece of lace that I've dyed, and a little saying in there. I believe I got this from, might have been a Bella Grace magazine about living in the forest, or looking in the forest for sacred fairies. That was kind of cool. Some more journaling space there. And here, another piece of material that I used some Lindy's on, and then just did some stamping and some sewing. A little journaling card that says Aspire. Isn't that pretty? I just love those digitals. They're just gorgeous. And then we have this beautiful lace from India, and a little snippet that says Nurture. And then we have some vintage ephemera. This is from 1928, and this is a gold bond receipt. And then Mountain Bell, if any of you remember Mountain Bell, this is a bill from 1972. And then this is just a journaling card that I've added some faux pearls on. And those go right in that little pocket. I think the blues on this paper are just gorgeous. Some journaling here. Here's the other part of that material. So the wings continue. And then I just did some collaging on a little journaling card. Added a little wooden button. Some sewing, some journaling here. And this was just a card that I got in the last Lindy's package. And I was using sprays on it. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. So I turned it into a journaling card. That's what we do with these journals. The other part of that piece of music, and then the packaging material. And a little snippet here with, she's got a little pocket in there, some different papers in there, a little dragonfly charm, and I believe there's a pocket in the back here. And then the belly band, excuse me, is just a piece of cheesecloth that I've done some stamping on. And that brings us to the end of the first signature. Second signature, it says, "My heart is full," and some stamping there, and our little butterfly with pink flowers. Some more of the blue paper, and then a little snippet here. Performance starts at 8, and a little snippet that says "Believe." And this, I took a piece of muslin and I stamped it. I think it really came out kind of cool. And then a little journaling card there. Some band down the side, and then this is the other part of that material where the dragonfly wings, and use that as a belly band. And then this is also letterpress that she can journal or mail. Some journaling there. I loved how this came out, this belly band, did some stamping on that. And this is from World War I postcard that was in the storage cabinet of my mother-in-law, storage unit, I'm sorry. And it's never been written on. I think it's just gorgeous. And a little bit more of vintage ephemera. This is from 1973, the Power Company in the Water District. So kind of neat. Little fairy dragonfly. I love this lace. I think it's so pretty. And then I just did some stamping with some dragonflies on that. And there's some goodies in here for her. And I took a piece of junk mail and turned it into an envelope with some ephemera in there. And then you've got several little journaling cards here. And this says, "Collect beautiful moments." Another little pocket here. And we've reached the center. This is my favorite one. It just glows, absolutely glows, just beautiful. And then a little bit of black and white dragonflies there. This is the other part of the junk envelope, and it says "Fearless," and a little flower there that goes in that little pocket. It says "Appreciation." Oh, I did a lot of modeling paste and stamping on that, and some Lindy's Magicals. Got a little dragonfly charm here, and a couple of pieces of ephemera here, and a little snippet that says patience. Took a piece of lace, and dyed that. So you've got "Fly free like a dragonfly." And then this is stamped on, or printed on muslin, and I turned that into a journaling card. And into that little fun belly band. This is a Tim Holz band and another letterpress card. And this is from, this was from the 70s. And this, again, had never been written on, but I loved it. I thought the colors, if you've ever been to Ireland, it's just absolutely stunning. And dyed the lace different colors, kind of pulled the green. And then we've got our little green dragonflies and dragonfly cards on the side here, and a little snippet that says "Wish." A little sepia card. And then there's two, these are from, I believe it was 1973 for our postal orders. It goes in that little back circle pocket. And then some dyed, some cheesecloth down the side there for that edging. And then just a little journaling card here. And then lots of places for her to journal. Let me please put it back in there. Thank you. Right here. More of the, and I left a lot of the pages blank so that she can fill them in. And then this actually just a couple pieces of ephemera here that goes in this little pocket and says soulful. And in here, there are coupons, and these are from 1945. These were given to the military members to purchase food, and that's what these actually came out of, that coupon book. I'm going to set it over there. Very fragile. That's the end of the second signature. Here's the first signature, or last signature, excuse me. Imagination is only key to the future. Without it, none exist. With it, all things are possible. And then we've got more of the kind of brown, our brown dragonflies. A little sepia card here, and a little, another little journaling card in that little band. A little bit of black and white, and I did some modeling paste here and some sprays. And then a little bit of the the packaging material, and I did a little bit of spraying and modeling paste on that. And again, another blank page, and just a little charm here on the side, and again, some modeling paste and sprays on that. Little envelope here I did some stamping, and this is actually from my garden from last year, and I pressed and laminated it. Little pocket there, and then a journaling card on the back, or journaling space on the back. And our dragonfly and a little butterfly charm. I just did some resin on that. And then this is Journal 26. I love how this page came out with however I was dyeing stuff. You know how when you dye those papers, you just never know what you're going to get. Journaling here, and here's the center of our third signature. It reminds me kind of the 60s hippie kind of stuff, but I love it. Thought it was really pretty. Little thing I thrifted and used that for a band here. And it said, whispered to her, you can't withstand the storm. She whispered back, I am the storm. And then a couple of journaling cards there. Little wooden button. Journaling for the space there. And this might be my favorite little spot here where I've stamped on this muslin and included it out onto the page. And then you've got a couple of pieces of, this is actually vintage ephemera from 1972, and then just a little dragonfly print. But I thought it came out really, really nice. Another black and white dragonfly, and a little snippet that says enjoy, a little journaling space there. And then some records for, I think this was 72 maybe. Anyways, from the gas company. And then just a blank piece of ephemera there, and then a little pocket card, and I did some stamping along the bottom. Here's the other part of our packaging material, places for her to journal there. And that's the end. The impossible is often the untried. So anyways, that was Journal 26. And if you are interested in me maybe putting together a journal for you, please reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you. Thank you, and have a great week. Bye.